So today is day three of the query folding challenge. The past 2 days have been, I think, fun and they've been super easy so far. So far, I've not seen any of the challenges that have been very hard. And I believe for anyone that has been following along, I believe you've also been finding it easy. So let me know what you think. Has the challenge been hard? Has it been easy? So let's get started. So for today's challenge, we have to work with the product table and the factory select sales. So the instruction here is to select the product key, the English product name, and an aggregated total revenue column, which is the sum of a new computed column, total unit price, made up of quantity, order quantity multiplied by unit price, where the total revenue is above 1 million. So let's see how this goes. From what I see here is we have to multiply order quantity by unit price to get total unit price. And from here, we have to aggregate this to get total revenue. Then we filter for where the total revenue is above 1 million. So let's go over to Power BI. So these are the previous queries we've used for the past few days. So now we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be pulling the tables that we need. And from the challenge, we see that we need a product and a factory sellers table. So dim product, which is a dimension table. Then we need a fact table, fact reseller table. Okay, import. So this is a product table. The other columns that have been added here: product subcategory, fact, internet, fact, product, factory seller, and we have the factory. So this table is the same thing as the table we see there, and this is a column. We have a lot of columns. So to make my job easy, I'll just go back to the source and uncheck include relationship columns. This will make sure I have just the relevant columns here, the columns in that table, and I'll do the same thing here. Great. Then let me see, select the product key, English product name. So that's what I know for sure that that should be coming from the product table. Product key, and English product name. Great. So when I have the product key, we have the English product name. And we have to create a new column based on the instruction. The new column we have to create is the total unit price. We start from here first. Total unit price, which is a multiplication of the order quantity multiplied by unit price. So let's find order quantity. This order quantity and this is unit price. So we need to create a new column called total unit price. So I'll just go to add column and all I have to do is click on order quantity and unit price. Then I'll go to, I think, the statistics. No, I think it should be standard. So standard allows me to multiply this. I don't need to write any complex formula or function. I'll just multiply this and a new column called multiplication. So I'll rename this to total units. Great. And it's important we check that query folding is still happening. Yeah. So query folding is still happening. And for the purpose of this, we could also have simplified this by just selecting the columns that we need. So if we did that before, it would be at this stage, right? So what we'll just do here is to choose column, product key, order quantity, and unit price. This right here. Then we multiply the two to get a new column. And I believe that query folding will still be happening. Yeah. So we don't have to put all the columns. So this is great. So what we need to do now is to aggregate this. We aggregate this now to get the column called total revenue. So how do we do that? What we have to do is to sum this for each product. Remember, we're going to join this table to the DEM product table, and that gives us this. So what we can do here is to group by. So all I have to go is to go to transform, and the option for group by is here. I want to group by the product key, and I want to call this column total revenue. I want to sum. What do I want to sum? I want to sum the total unit price. I'll click on OK. So this is for each product now. We have the total revenue for each product. It has been summarized. You don't have to worry about doing it manually again. It has been summarized. So what I have to do next is to merge this table to the product table so that for each product we have the English name and we have the total revenue right here. Then we do a merge. Now we see the products that match. Then we'll click on OK, and we have the total revenue for each product. And here we can do the filtering now. That way, for products that don't have revenue above 1 million, they're not going to show. Products that have nulls, they're also not going to show. So the step you apply your filters, your conditions will also have an effect on how this is going to show. And if you look at it very well, because Power Query does and left join by default greater than 1 million. Yep, this is 1 million, 6 zeros. Click on OK. Great. So now for each product that we have here, we get to see products that have the total revenue, and we don't see products that don't have any revenue at all. That's great. And we wouldn't want to load this table. So I'll uncheck this. That way, when I load this table is no longer going to load into Power BI. So, and just to round up, so this is what this looks like. We have product key, total English name, and total revenue. Just to round up, I'll switch over to this place and check these and just make sure that what we have here matches expectation. A little bit. So select the product key, correct. Select the English product name and an aggregated total revenue, which is also correct, which is a sum of a new computed column. Total unit price, we already have that. We calculated that earlier, made up of this multiplied by this, which is great, where the total revenue is above 1 million. Great, we've done that. So this problem is solved. So the challenge for the tree is done. Thank you for everyone who has followed so far, and I believe you're also learning one or two things. If you have questions, you can just drop a comment. See you tomorrow.